Testing 1, 2, 3. Warming up. Okay, it is dawn. I guess sun finally came over the horizon right now. I am in Atlanta at the edge of Piedmont Park. They're about to have a short, I believe, 10K race. My brother wanted to get back into running, and through some research, I found the Atlanta Track Club, for which I'm like, those who do it, bless your hearts. Like, I'm a dancer, a musical theater person. Running's not my thing. Cause I don't know. Well, for me, it feels like your joints would suffer. As a person who dances, I'm like, I don't need my joints like shattered. But yeah, my brother was looking to get back in shape. I guess he has a fear of gaining too much weight on the medication that he is on. And he just seems like this is the one thing that he keeps talking about is getting track back in high school, in college. And I guess maybe a week or two ago, I just realized, like, well, that's what you need to be doing then, running. And so it led to the research for some kind of running club or group or meetup or anything like that. And he seemed like he's eager to do it day one. And that's one of the things when it comes to his condition. It's like he seems excited about it. Oh, hi. I am in Atlanta, Georgia, the United States. I am at Piedmont Park. It is, I think, our largest park in the city. About to watch a foot race, road race. I don't want to call it a race, but it's, a running, a 5K or 10K. I think it's a 10K, quite honestly. And, well, all I know is I'm here talking about fitness and mental health and wellness. So I'm here to support my brother as he's trying to find himself, literally. He's been through a lot of trauma over the years, and I'm not denying that. But at the same time, he has to understand that he can get better. I'm not saying a cure, and now I mentioned that in other videos. He can reach what is called remission, and it just means his symptoms will go away. And I think that's something that he wants. I've had a few conversations with him about it. And over the years, I don't know how he's going to treat the previous years. I'm hoping that he can really realize that it's within his grasp to have a normal like life, more normal than what he's had in the past, you know? Um No, he actually, this is a misconception. I know a lot of people equate mental illness with addiction. Um, as far as I know, he's never taken illicit drugs. Um, I'm gonna tell you the reason why I know this is because he doesn't like being sick, number one. Number two, his first episode happened when he was like 14 years old, and we grew up on a farm. So, you know, yeah, so we grew up out on a homestead in the middle of, I don't want to say in the middle of nowhere, but it would be really hard for him to go find some narcotics when he was 14 years old. Okay. So, and I'm not saying this against a dig against anybody who is suffering from addiction. One of my friends, she is a harm. In fact, let me get it out of my glove compartment right now. Um, she is the director of harm reduction in Georgia, and so she passes out these. I have this in my glove compartment because as a musician, I do run you know uh and see people who use substances, and it's kind of rampant in certain industries like the entertainment industry, for which I am in, and so I do carry Narcan. Okay, this reverses overdoses, and I carry it in my car because, like I said, my friend who she is the director of I probably need to look this up. It's basically the Harm Reduction Association of Georgia, and she passes those out. She educates people on how to use it, and she helped write the law that is now in Georgia that says you can call 911 and not go to jail, because a lot of people, would OD because they see their friend like, having the situation, and they get scared and they don't dial 911 and they don't go get medical help for that person. But there is now a law in Georgia where you can call 911 and you won't go and get in trouble for it. So, thank my friend Andy Gish, if I have to say it, Andy Gish. All right. So yeah, but back to my brother. Yeah, his first episode was when he was a teenager and when we were living out in the middle of nowhere. Okay. So, as far as getting a sense of life back, because again, he's been through a lot, and legitly a lot of things in, ironically, the healthcare system, in the mental health care system. Like, I feel like a lot of the trauma, quite honestly, was in those systems and not really other things. Even though he did have the one trigger, and I'm still trying to figure it out. I think he knows what it is, but he doesn't want to talk about it. So, but exercise for him it makes him feel energized. It makes him feel more clear-headed, and I'm supporting all of that. So as a person who coaches folks on how to improve their lives, like I said, I'm a dancer, singer, performer. I don't necessarily run like that. I mean, I do my Pilates. I might need to get back into lifting weights a little bit, light weights. But yeah, I'm a proponent. Like, totally support people trying to get their bodies conditioned so that their mind can also get more clear-headed. Hi there, out there. Hi, friends. So yeah, the race, let's see, it should start in probably another 15 minutes or so. And yeah, mental illness is a very tricky thing, and I know, I think a lot of people, unless you actually live with that person, know what it's like. And even relatives, I had a lot of misconceptions, and it wasn't until I'm spending like intimate time with my brother now, and observing and having my own background in seeing it in the classroom. Okay. Local things. I think I'm going to say that because a lot of people who look like me live in the United States, have a I don't, how can I say this? That we're under a lot of trauma in the United States. If you are a black or brown person in the United States, now, people hear yeah, yes, you can make your own way. I agree. But there are invisible obstacles that it's it's like little stings, little prank, like depending on where you live and how you let it get to you. You know, there are some people who know what it's like. This is how it is. You learn to live with it. Some people get, other like things happening to them over and over again. And it just depends on your mental state and your mental wellness to begin with, to be able to live under certain conditions. So if you are somebody who live in like a war-torn country, think about it that way. But our war is invisible, So if there's somebody who is living in an like under a dictatorship or some kind of war-torn conflict country where every day you don't know if this is going to be the bomb, or you don't know if you get sniped, you don't know, like, you just don't know. And in the United States, it's similar, but it's invisible. You don't know if you need to get a job and you're totally qualified for it, if somebody is gonna like deny you just because they don't like, or they can't pronounce your name, or they don't like you. That happens. Even if you're qualified, that's happened to me a lot. Even in education, it's a very wild thing. But I don't let it get to me. It's like everybody has a thing. And I personally am not using that as a crutch, but everybody has a thing. There is an invisible war, several invisible wars in the United States, in the Americas. Several. Some people are aware of it, some people are not. Some people are prepared for it, some people are not. So that's the answer I can give when it comes to who is susceptible to mental unwellness. There's a lot of systems in the United States that are really not that great, like the education system. And I'm just going to tell you, I'm a teacher. I know, I see it. The healthcare system. A lot of people, say capitalism is problematic. It can be. I agree. There's so many systems that, people who don't live in the United States kind of just, think it's like the land of milk and honey. And it's really not. It depends. I'll just say it depends on your mindset. It depends on what you want to endure. And that's anywhere, really, right? That's anywhere in the world. What are you willing to endure? What are you willing to challenge yourself towards? Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, there's several layers of it. And one of the reasons why I stay in education is for the children's sake. I grew up in a school system where I got bussed in back in the 70s and 80s. Well, I don't know what they called it in Alabama, but where we got bussed into schools that were more white. And I I'm not going to say I was never traumatized. I learned how the game is played, and some people don't learn. Some people get too traumatized by what is going on because they don't prepare you. I am the first generation that was segregated. So if you look into the United States history, they made it a policy to keep people who look different away from each other. And I am that first generation that they meaningfully try to integrate. And I'm just reading the chat. So yeah, my brother, he's trying his best. And as I'm seeing more intimately what is going on with him, and like I said, my background in education and observation and research, I'm seeing how mental wellness has to be a holistic um, approach. There has to be. And too many times, I think people just think, oh, just give them pills and send them on their way. That's kind of how we got ourselves in this problem in the first place in the healthcare system in general. Like everybody thinks, oh, I need a pill, to lose weight. I need a pill. Oh, to, go to sleep. I need a pill, So I think there's too much of throwing chemicals at a problem that is a holistic, deeper rooted problem, you know? Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna say, look, walking over here, we walked by at least half a dozen homeless people sleeping on the sidewalk. Okay, so as much as again people want to, and I'm not saying I'm not downgrading the United States. I'm just telling you what's actually here, you know? And just like there's homeless around the world, there's homeless in the United States. There's people who work and they're homeless because they can't afford a place to live. Okay? The systems they have set up here make it hard for people to have an affordable house. So people live in their cars. People uh, live in like hotels. Like they don't have a permanent home. I don't. See, that's what I'm saying. I don't because I know people who struggle with insecurity. And when it comes to all of these systems, it makes again that perfect storm for mental unwellness. See, that's what I'm saying. It's like all these little things that compound, like little stings, little things that keep coming at you where, oh, I can't afford my food. Oh no, I need to get to my job that I can't afford to get a house for. All of these things. And when you're at your job, they cut your hours. So many things that happen. And not to get too far off the track here, like again, I'm trying to read the comments. I understand a lot of people are from overseas watching me right now, but I'm just trying to give you a realistic view of what the United States actually is. It's like, yeah, if you can work hard and be smart. Hi, I'm back. All right, so not all the places and not um under certain conditions where somebody might have their house burned down and lose their job. Like, okay, let me give you a scenario where, and this actually happened to somebody that I know. So she had a good job, a decent job, like tens of thousands of dollars worth of job, okay? And their business was like a kind of a tech company. So just because you think, oh, I've got a tech job or I've got this office job, they could be easily um kind of cooking the books. And this is how I know this because our other friend, she is an accountant. She was an accountant for that job, that same job. So my two of my friends. So one friend, she was an accountant there. The other friend, she was a writer there. And the writer friend, she had just bought a brand new car or was about to or something like that. And the accountant friend was like, don't do it. Don't do it. Because she saw what was actually going on in that company. A couple of weeks later, they went out of business. They did not alert their staff, their employees. They were just out of a job. They didn't get severance, nothing, because they were cooking the books in that company. Just because you think like, oh, I got this job or whatever, it's like you're only at the mercy of this company, depending on who you work for. And luckily she was married, her husband had work, And she, just like that, she was out of a job. And can you imagine if she had just, if she did buy the car and she had another additional bill to pay and a mortgage and all these other things and, you know, aging parents. So all of this kind of stuff does compound. And there's not a black and white, right or wrong way to do this, but just know that it really makes people unwell when they don't understand certain systems and what's going on, or they're not prepared to have, um, let's see, life, basically, right? When they're not prepared to have life. Okay. All right. So I think, let me take a look, see. And then my brother, he's not officially signed up for the race. He's just he wanted to come and see it. And he wanted to come and see it. But yeah, we got a big day. Well, not him, but me. I got a big day ahead of me. I usually am up this early anyway. But yeah, I got to get ready for school next week, planning and all that other good stuff. Yeah. So exercise is super important. And because he is I'll just say he's retired because he can't work anymore. That's how bad his condition is. He cannot hold a job. Um he can at least attend to his wellness, and for some people that's a full-time job in itself, you know, trying to take care of your body, you know, trying to take care of your mind and your body, and really, you know, taking care of yourself. And I will say, I got him a tracker and started telling him about the importance of sleep and exercise and a balance of the two. Um, I let him listen in on a couple of podcasts that I listen to regularly. And yeah. And as for myself, my wellness is Pilates, Qigong, some yoga. I don't do a lot of yoga, but I like Pilates. Um, but yeah. So I see some folks kind of, they're trying to, like, it starts probably in about 2 minutes. They're trying to run down the hill, trying to make it down there. Um, mm-hmm. So yeah, it's a nice morning though. I usually, I'm already at work at this time of day, working when people are waking up. Um, and it gives me that chance to do a lot of my inner work. And maybe, I don't know, we'll see what I do later. I don't know if I'll come on live later or not. Um, I am trying to make more of an effort to be on here, just, you know, telling you how easy it is. It's easy, but it's hard. It's easy to tell you what it takes to have a healthy, fruitful, well-rounded life. But I guess the thing is, you got to get into it, and then you've got to be consistent with it when there's so many trappings of the world around you. When there's things like social media, there's things like your friends who just want to eat snacks and play video games all day. And there's things like certain religions that tell you, oh, that's the devil and you're a sinner, you're bad because you were born, those kind of things. And it makes it hard for people to actually take care of their body temple when everybody around you is saying you're a bad person because you were born, for whatever reason. Okay. And no, we're here to learn. We're here to grow and learn. Yeah. So yeah. So hopefully he gets a chance to see, like, there's hope. There's real hope. Um and getting in shape is definitely a part of that. There's hope. And as for myself, I don't do resolutions for the new year because I don't know. I don't do them because I don't think that I think right now people have turned them into things that, oh, I'm going to do that, and then as a mass group activities, people forget them in 2 weeks, right? Um, they gear all the sales, all the memberships, all the diet foods around right now, all the meal plans, all, like, I mean, I have journaling, cycle. I mean, I have it already here. I could probably just go ahead and post it. Oh, they're running. Okay, so that's another reason I want to see them running. All right, so they're running by. I got a good spot because I was here early. Got a good spot. But my brother's not in the race. All right. He might try to run beside them, though, which I'm like, please don't do that. All right. So they're running. Let's get a side view of the folks who are in front. It's a timed race. Take a look. They're running. Yes. Run it, Lens. There you go. Good job. Oh, congratulations. Yeah, sober. Like, I'm telling you, a lot of times when people are using substances, when I'm saying substances because it could be coffee, y'all. It could be coffee. It could be sugar. It could be video games. Um, People are trying to get away from the life that they're reacting to instead of responding to it. These folks, they're responding. Okay, they're taking charge of their life. Okay, they're doing something for themselves, for their bodies, for their minds. And again, I'm trying to make sure my brother's not actually trying to jump into this race. It's kind of funny, but he would try to do something like that. Um, I don't see him. Okay. All right. Yeah, doing something for yourself, not to run away from your life. Like, yeah, we didn't ask to be born. Well, I was about to say we didn't ask to be born, or did we? So, you got to make the most of what you got, you know? Like, people see these stories of people who've lost limbs, who have like chronic illnesses and things like that. And yes, they're inspirational. They're awesome. But then, oh yeah, they're getting, ooh, it's getting live. So that's why I got a good spot where I am. They see me. All right, but I'm gonna be a thumbs up person. Thumbs up. Good job, y'all. Good job. Good job. Good job out there. All right. Yes, easily like 1,000 people already passed me. Wow, it's looking kind of wild out there. But looking cool, dude. Cool. I love it when people take control of their life. You know. Hmm. Yeah. Oh. Okay, I think the mass crowd. Yeah, they're pretty fast. They're pretty sporty. It's not that long. They're probably gonna. It is this one street, so they blocked it off from here, and they're gonna go all the way down, and I think they're coming back. So it's like a loop, I think, or they're gonna loop somewhere else because that doesn't make sense. Yeah, but yeah, um, but yeah, cool. It's nice to support the people who are out there doing things, and I totally support that. You know, Yeah, there's some people running on the sidewalk. They are not in a race. It's kind of funny, but I like it. Well, they listen, do what you gotta do, okay? Or they could be like cheerleading their friends. Yeah, okay. That's kind of cool. That's cool. I like it. So, yeah. Hmm. Yep. And I think my brother had lots of questions because, again, he kind of didn't get a chance to do adult things like knowing how to pay bills and things like that. So he was asking me lots of questions about the track club. He was like, "Well, can anybody join?" I was like, "Yeah, if you got the money, they're not going to stop you." He's like, "Can I wear headphones? Because that's part of his condition." I was like, "I don't see why not. Can I wear it? Do I have to wear a uniform?" It's like, a lot of these questions. I was like, "Well, let's just go to a race and you can see for yourself." Right. And so he's getting a chance to see a foot race, a road race, you know, a 10K. I guess this is second wave of folks. Okay, there was like a first wave and a second wave. That's interesting. Okay, I thought that was everybody. But yeah, I will say these folks are a little more leisurely. That first wave, they were like, they like, this is my job. This is what I do. Okay, the second wave looks a little more leisurely. That's interesting. Yeah, as you can hear, the people are rooting for him. Yeah. Yeah, these are a little more leisurely. They're not slow. They seem definitely they're jogging versus the first group look like we ready to compete. We ready, you know. Yeah, yeah, you can hear him. Good job. And I think somebody has a bell up there too. I hear somebody ringing a bell. Yeah, people are definitely like jogging, running, and walking. So again, I wanted him to see that no matter whatever his ability is right now. Oh, there's a man in the super Spider-Man outfit. I knew it. I knew it. I told him too. I was like, people dress up in costumes too. And yes, I just saw Spider-Man running by. Go ahead, Spider-Man, get it. Um, Hi. All right, so yeah, I'm just sitting watching the race. My brother wanted to come see it. He wants to sign up for the Atlanta Track Club, but he had a lot of questions. He's very nervous about it. He wanted to get back into running, um, and he didn't know like what to expect. So yeah, I told him, I was like, look, where would you want? Sign up, go as fast as you need to, but they will open up the street at a certain time. Okay, yeah, this is second wave. A little more. Um, yeah, I think they do it in way. There are so many people. Like there could have easily been like 2,000 folks out here this morning. Yep. And then this is the same track club that does the uh the 4th of July Atlanta Peachtree Road Race. Oh, there's somebody else in a costume. Okay. See, that's what I'm saying. Snowflake costume. Good good job. So yeah, so it's fun. It's fun to be well. It's fun to get in shape. It's fun. It's like sometimes you got to turn it into a different thing. I think a lot of people just think, "Oh, I hate exercise." I dance, honey. I'll dance and Pilates all day long and walk and hike. I do that too. So that's the one thing I tried to take my brother hiking, um, and he couldn't do it. But yeah, I was hiking up the hills and stuff, and I was like, "What's going on?" He's like, Can't." So he's trying to get back in shape. Yeah. Mm, okay. I see local things. I don't know if you're trolling or not, but I will say there's propaganda. Just I'm going to tell you, if you live in the Philippines, they have propaganda towards Philippine people. Yeah, here in the United States, as in everybody is, and I don't believe that because I have a worldview, and I do have friends who are Filipino, um, but they assume that most folks from the Philippines eat dogs. I'm gonna just say it. I'm saying it. Most other Asian people don't like Filipino people here in the United States. Um, they think they're low class. Um, so if you're asking me a question, I'm gonna ask you a question. Do you believe the propaganda that people say about Filipino people in the United States? Then you have the answer. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So all of it is like everybody just wants to be happy, you know, in the end. So yeah, I would say don't believe everything you watch on TV. Don't believe everything you watch on TV because, you know, cuz we got TV too. And we watch people in the Philippines and they tell us stuff. They say, yeah, Filipino people eat fish. Well, you might. And again, that's delicacy. Um, Other, I guess, I don't want to say stereotypes. Is like they're all like, and I'm gonna give you a good one, a positive one. I think. A lot of Filipino people love to do karaoke. Okay, so um, a lot of them are nurses here in the United States. So again, it's all in what you say. You know, yeah. So some of it, and, you know, you got to take the truth with the not so true. So there's some things that might be true, some things that are not. You have to decide for yourself, have discernment. And that's what I tell a lot of people. Please have discernment when it comes to what you hear about other people, unless you've experienced them for yourself. And that's, you know, the lesson I would tell people. It's like, you know, instead of just making the assumption like, oh, the TV is telling me everything I need to know, it's not. It is not. It's not. Yeah, if you watch, like, I will say this. if if you do it by the math, okay, black people are probably 13 to 14% of the population of the United States. That's not a lot. Okay? Of the black people in the United States, are all of them criminals? That's impossible. But yet they're on the news all the time, right? How is that possible? How is that possible? In a population of like maybe 400 million people, and we're like 13% of that. Why are we always in the news? Black people. Okay? The math ain't mathing. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, we're not all we it's impossible for us all to be criminals, but yet we're always on the news in a population of 400 million people, and we're only 14% of that. Like, let me do the you know, how do we get also like how do we get so much news coverage that's negative? So I mean, y'all want to ask these questions, you're gonna get some real answers. All right, so out of, I'm gonna just round it up, 400 million, that's 40,000, that's 400,000, that's 4 million, that's 40 million, that's 400 million. Okay, my 400 million percentage, 13%. Let's do 13%. Okay, so if on average there are 52 million black people, why why are we always on the news? Everybody, all of them, all 52 million of us are all criminals. And then let's subtract that 52 million from the 400 million, shall we? Because like I said, y'all want to troll, honey, Don't come to onto my channel trolling if you're not equipped. All right. So 348 million people. So they're all innocent people. Those are the other folks. They're all innocent. All of them. They don't commit crimes at all. But yet you see all the black people in the news. All of them are innocent. Yeah. So mathematically, that is impossible. So the long answer to your question, listen, I don't know what propaganda you're watching. Because again, I can say the same about people in the Philippines, which I don't. Because like I said, I do have friends who are Filipino, first generation. I can definitely have a discernment and know that that can't be like some of it might be true, but it can't all be true. I'm not that daft in the brain, right? Mathematically, I just showed you, like, how can 52 million people out of 348 million people be all criminals? That's impossible. So, have some discernment. Yeah, good job. There's a third wave. Wow, there was a lot of people in this race. Oh my gosh. Good job. Wait, I was about to say, do I know? It's like, I do know some people in this club. Like the other day, I asked, like, who is it? Oh, here's my brother. He's coming. He's happy. He looks happy. All right, y'all. Peace out, homies. Yeah, don't believe propaganda. Question it. Ask yourself. I just did the math for you. Just did the math. Do the math. Okay, with that, I say take care. Bye.